hear that? It's quiet. Not like that beast over there. And it's got a remote. No more having to walk in and out of the trailer every night. Shut it off, turn it on. Love it. Oh man, that was an expensive beast though. But it'll charge my batteries up during these overcast, no sun days. I think I'm getting 22 watts right now. Something like that. Not a whole lot. We're gonna go start working on the chicken fence. Try to get these chickens moved over here to the property, and before it starts raining again. I only got a little bit left to do and a bunch of wire tying. All right, if we capture this, I'm gonna slip and fall down this, right? I'm gonna put some rock here. I gotta carry this big giant wire with me. No slip, no slip, no slip. Oh, we made it. We made it. For this fencing out of the way, make some space. Lift set this up for the chicken, or not the chickens, for Holly and keeping the little goats in here. Not a bad little idea. But I need to move out of the way. Let's get this stuff moved. This is actually for the bottom, the no dig fence, which is just gonna lay there and be wire tied in a few spots because I'm lazy and I'm not about ready to do the 7,000 wire ties that I did on the last one. Especially since I don't know if this is gonna be the continuing chicken kingdom. Because it's not gonna be the fortress that it once was. I'm over that idea. Check a look at it. It's actually the first assembly of this, but I thought it was this size. I get here, I'm like, oh man, don't even have the right stuff. And this was a lot cheaper than this $300 roll. And I don't have my pliers. All I have is my cutters. Keep it safe over there. Watch your fingers in pinching these. I think that should be enough. That one got me in the booty. A little bit more. A little bit more. Good. These two together, which means I gotta make a bunch of cuts, right? Whoa, watch out for it. I gotta cut it so I can use it to tie itself together. So I have yet to decide how I'm going to stretch this. However, I need to stretch the fence. But currently, I have to make a bunch of cuts. So I'll get this all prepped up to join it. Let that one fall out of my way. Oh, it's muggy out today, real muggy. There's some tornado warnings. Kim messaged me and said, hey, are you okay? Oh, yeah. we're still not the best at what is a tornado watch, what is a tornado warning. So that's one of the first things that you're going to see me building besides this infrastructure for the animals and getting the house ready is we're going to build us a storm shelter slash underground root cellar back there behind where the leach line and all that stuff's going to go, or the septic right there back into that hill. And I'm thinking it's going to be part of the garden as well. I want to do underground cooling, thermal cooling, if I can figure that out. But for the likes of it, it sounds pretty obnoxious to do it, and it takes a lot of work. I don't have the time, so that may just be a way future project in the cooling side of things for a greenhouse. Because we want to do the outdoor kitchen too. Let's pick our clippings up. And I'm doing that so when I stretch it, there's some pole right there. And we might have to buckle up and go back to the trailer from the likes of this wind. I think it said 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock for the storm. So I'm trying to get this accomplished before. At least this outer part, because once I go get the chickens, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. Man, we got some storms coming up right now. Something crazy out here on the Wilde and Free. I'm just had my panels fall down off the side. I need to come up with a mount for them because they keep blowing everywhere. I got the Ryan Hall on live right now watching the storm with my favorite software. Hear that rain? It's starting. Here's a live video that he's doing right now. He's up in, looking at the Kentucky one, or Nashville, that way, up there, I don't know. Kentucky, Nashville, just past that, northern. I've got to get this built. I've got to get my storm shelter built. That way I don't have to be a scaredy cat. He's talking about the ones up in Dixon, close to me. Well, close to Nashville. But, yeah, they're not for me. Storms, tornadoes, spooky. Glad I got the new generator though. We still have power. I need to go check it. I'll keep y'all informed. I thought a tree fell over, honestly, when the panels fell down. I was kind of freaked out. I know I got one right behind me that's kind of sketchy that I need to cut down. I need to get it moved. And I meant to do it with the excavator when I had it, but I forgot. All right, so last night we had tornado watching. There was watches, there was warnings. It hit off the 40. It went north of us and it went south of us. It was pretty intense, northern, not so much on that southern route, but man, it was pretty scary. Yeah. It was a lot of wind and storms, and I thought that that tree was going to fall. But we're going to jump back on the chicken house, chicken complex. We are going to tie off all this, and I'm going to stretch a little bit. I'm not going to stretch it real tight because, like I said, this is temporary. Pretty big temporary, right? But we'll get this thing all tied up. I'm going to try to get a post in the ground in the center to hold up the chicken wire. I'm gonna put over the top just to keep anything from swooping in this direction. They can't really fly in from the other way unless they're already sitting in a tree, which would be primarily owls, stuff like that. And I haven't heard any hooting owls out here, but I'm sure there are. And we're at the 5-foot tall fence, so I'm gonna try to get the bottom layer as well, the dig, no dig. We'll get that hopefully tied up today too. I want to get the chickens moved today to their new home. So let's get busy. Let's get started on this. Let's finish it up. So the first thing we got to do is close this gate. I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I need to stretch from the outside, nailing from the inside. I guess I'm nailing on both sides. So let me grab some nails. All right, we're about ready to wrap up the last top and bottom ties. For now, I've got too much, so I've got to work this corner here, pull it taut. And this one, fortunately, looks like it's just sitting there. I never tightened it. But I strung the entirety of that whole thing, so I'm just gonna fold it in, because I don't care like that, and I don't want to cut it to make it shorter in case when I move it I need it longer. This piece was a short piece from the other chicken house too, so let's go ahead and get this thing straightened up. Put the ties ready, and we can start cinching. So I do a lot of metal fabrication, and precision is kind of important when I'm building something, whether it's flat, parallel, those kind of things, square. But a chicken pen, I mean, I'm not trying for the Pinterest homestead, right? I mean, it'd be nice to have all that picturesque stuff, but the amount of time, energy, and effort to do something like that, it's a lot of work when this is probably going to get moved when I clear more land. And this is solely going to be for not our meat birds, because our meat birds, hopefully by the time we get meat birds in the spring, I'll have more land cleared up and hopefully grass growing that I can run them through. Chicken tractor. But until then, we'll get this. The goats can fit in here, and everybody. And then I've got my electric fence that can go around the outside, around the outside, that I can let the goats and the chickens run during the day when we're here and not have to worry about it. But until, gotta limit it. Get this one over here, get it tight ish. Like I said, we're not going for pretty. What do they call that? Purpose built. Did I cut these too short? And I can't reach them. Way too short. We'll save those for middle ties. It's really nice out here though, I love it. All the whispering pines. Some of them move so much, it's like, are they gonna fall on me? Kind of scary at times, but especially like last night, that wind. This just looks like a big cluster in the corner right here. We're okay with that. So there we go. Tell you what, with my arthritis and probably carpal tunnel, this twisting stuff, it hurts. Anybody out there wants to come work on the Wilde and Free, let me know. I need some help. One thing we are planning that we discussed, didn't really have to discuss too much, but we are going to be building a shelter. That shelter is going to house us and our whatchamacallit, our root cellar. And I was just walking back there a little bit ago trying to determine what's the easiest build, and while I've got him back there digging dirt and having to put it on the pad anyway, I'm gonna tell him to go back and dig me out my square 10 by 10. That way it's already dug out and I can start pouring some concrete in there right away to get the base set and concrete walls, and then figure out if I'm gonna do a steel lid or a concrete lid on it. Start getting that under wraps. Because even when I'm out here in the trailer, I got nowhere to go except for my truck, and hope it's faster than a tornado, which is fine. I could probably outrun a tornado if I could go straight past it. But you know how they jump and go everywhere? Yeah. I'm sure y'all have seen some of those videos online where the tornado ends up going a different direction, that they have no road path and they're stuck. That wraps that up. Start laying out my dig fence, figure out where that needs to go, and yeah, I like it. Just looking around, I think I've got enough. I never measured this, but that last spool that I had to get of this 6-foot fence, 72 inches, whatever that is, 8 foot? No, 8 foot's 96. 7 foot, I ended up $300, $330. Yeah, that hurt the pocket. Especially with all this rock that we just put in too. Building this homestead is a dream come true, but all the money I've had to spend to get there, it's gonna be well worth it in the end though. Well worth it. Just gotta think positive towards the future, right? Hey, we'll catch you guys as soon as we bring these chickens back, which hopefully will be right about now. So we're back. We're gonna go check on the chickens that aren't here. They didn't come to the gate, which that means somebody has not seen my video yet. So it's been 1 week since we discovered they're missing. And by missing, I mean we had a rabbit out here that was loose and 16 chickens. One that was sick and probably died, which is why there's so many black feathers everywhere. I'm just going to take a quick walk around with a fresh mind and see if I can find any other signs of feathers ruffled everywhere, anywhere, where something would drag off the chickens one by one to find them and discover them. But I am seeing absolutely nothing as I walk around out here, see everything. And I don't see anything. No feathers even from a chicken being plucked out by a bird. There would be feathers strewn during the battle of shaking, you know, whatever. Unless it automatically killed it right away, which would have been maybe who would have the force of that? Oh, an eagle might do that. Kill it right away. But there is absolutely no feathers anywhere. Nothing got in. No penetration. Nothing. Nothing where something dug in or pulled out. There would be feathers everywhere. There's some out here that something may have gotten, but that's not even any colors of my birds. So there's that. That might be from Carlos's. I already grabbed the water and the feeder. Snake would have come and got these eggs if it was snakes getting in here. Not enough feathers in there for 16 of them being killed.